coming out 5 minutes later. There's no point. Next thing you know, you get canceled.
Get off the court. Get a shark attack.
Step on the court.
PFC 282
I'm trying to
Premier League Matchday 25 review coming in your hot. It's been a while. We had some midweek action, but we're covering mainly the Sunday action, the weekend action. I'm sure a lot of you
sound sick.
were at work. Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I was just from yelling Jimenez when he put that one away.
Jimmy.
Yeah, it's nice. Did you just lose in FIFA?
Huss, when are you getting an Xbox so we can play?
No, don't change the subject.
I'm not changing the subject.
Did you lose?
FIFA.
Did you lose?
It's about FIFA, and I'm asking when you're going to play with us.
No, you are changing the subject because the subject was whether you won or lost that last game in
The subject
FIFA.
is about FIFA.
Hey, who's on the team? Is that Tom?
Expert.
Tom.
Subject matter expert.
Touchy-feely.
Tom, were you on Snack's team?
No.
You weren't?
No, I wasn't. What you got now?
You weren't? Really?
Nothing. Fucking flat
I
tires.
thought you were. Wait,
Let's go.
Wait, were you really not?
Yeah,
no, Wait, was it the brothers versus Snacks?
He's fucking getting you. No,
You know what,
he was.
Tiki?
So you're just a liar.
Tiki, it's so easy to talk.
You're a liar.
Prove it.
All you did was pour
Prove it.
sugar in my gas tank.
You guys should
Hey,
share this one.
I never
That'd be
put
dope.
sugar in you anywhere.
That one's not going to make it.
You know, it's Hussy. It's easy to talk shit from the sidelines. You know, you're not even in the game.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, there you
They
go.
didn't.
You can
We
talk
showed up
normal,
late.
man.
Oh, all right, man. This dude's like sneaking in here. Like, all right, man, I'm not trying to rub on him and shit. All right, man. Man
You
City
gotta work on the
3,
chemistry because you guys just lost
Arsenal 1. Yeah,
to
man,
the
it's
Wolves
another L.
when you were a City.
Come on, you goots!
The Aguero
Fucking
hat-trick.
most useless team in England.
What are you gonna do?
Arsenal football
What do
cunts.
you mean, bro? Act
FC.
like we didn't beat Chelsea the other week. What do you mean, bro?
No.
We up and down.
No,
This is just
I,
a down. We just
I
focus on
loved
the
it
down
when the
week. That's all it is.
commentator's like,
Down.
"Oh man, City, they executed the plan so well." Really? The plan was go up the left side because Mr. Quicksand Man was there. Anybody,
You didn't save it. I love it, Huss.
anybody can outrun that dude on the right.
Who is the quicksand man?
Liechtensteiner or whatever his name is.
He comes from Liechtenstein.
Yeah, well, guess what? The guy sucks. He should go back to Liechtenstein. But the guy...
It's not a place.
He's infinitely times better. He's an infinitely times better right back than James Milner.
Okay, that's just false. That's just false.
All right, derailed right away. We talking about Liverpool.
Well,
derailed.
yeah.
Let's talk about this game, man, and how Alex Iwobi, my boy, let me down.
He was playing?
Lost possession. First goal. Look, man, City obviously going to dominate possession, but you got to know better there.
49
Find a pass,
seconds.
But clear it out.
49 seconds.
Ridiculous.
He allowed...
First minute of the
Wobie allowed someone else to be special. Because you always say that he's going to be special. He's not special, dude.
Well,
it's a Wobie. He's not special.
Look, he's up and down, man. Much like this Arsenal team, that was an error. And look, if we're looking at it as a young guy, then everyone's like, "Oh, it's a young guy." But because I love him, because he's my boy, and you guys like to shit on Arsenal.
No,
now
because you
it's
said
Iwobi.
he's special.
No,
made a
man,
mistake.
I will
Yeah,
say,
that's it.
I'll give
Made a
him
mistake.
That's
No,
what
Tom,
I'm
Iwobi in the final third, the opposing final third, he's got stuff. I mean, he has no vision. He can't see the other side of the field. Doesn't know when to cross it. But 1v1...
that was a nice compliment that turned real.
I'm being
quick.
realistic, man. No, dude, Iwobi exists to take on a man, but like at the end, he doesn't know when to cross the ball, doesn't know when to dribble, when to cross it yet. You know, maybe he could get there, but he's come a long way in the second half of the season so far. But
Look, it's a
Is
backbreaker,
he-
man. They score in the beginning of the match. They score right before halftime. I mean, we're talking about backbreaking goals here. And the one that killed me, man, is just Lichtsteiner not tracking Raheem Sterling on that give and go. That was so simple. At least get your hand out to kind of feel where the man is. Simple give and go. I think it was a Gundogan who knocked it over the top for an Aguero tap in. Like, come on, man.
yo, Raheem Sterling though was a fire this game, man. Untouchable, unplayable, almost. Especially on those 2 goals.
I mean, he's nasty. We
Well,
know
look
Raheem,
what side he was
we know
on.
Raheem's nasty.
It's like
but
99 speed versus 48.
that was the game plan.
I'd rather have
Go around-
Mertesacker
go
out
on the
there.
right side.
But that's the issue, too, is that they didn't play Sane. This was one of those games where Pep got away with being a tinkerer, you know, because
Tinker stink.
if they played 4-3-3 against... Look, I understand Arsenal had 3 at the back, so they were kind of playing for that. The best way to play 3 at the back is usually 3 at the back as
No,
well.
we had a flat 4, bro.
No, you didn't. You had Monreal, Koscielny, and Mustafi.
Who scored is shown
And
as a
then-
back 4, but in
Yeah,
in the
it was
game, it
three,
was actually a back
because
4.
then what's his name? Kolasanic was on
Was
the
that
other
left
side,
midfielder, I
and then
thought?
Liechtensteiner. Yeah, it was a 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what I mean? But it was still 3 center backs at the back.
Emery making the right call, not starting Shaka. So, you know.
Did he? Did he? Because they lost 3-1.
I mean, they would have lost 6-0.
Would have been
Like,
9-0.
Shaka-
What are
yeah,
you
like-
talking about?
That's kind
Yeah,
of
bro, remember that.
Well, you don't
But
know.
if you listen-
you don't know that at all.
Did you watch the game?
I would rather have him at right back.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Where,
Guendouzi-
Shaka at
Yeah.
right back?
Rather than Lichtsteiner, the
No,
quicksand man?
dude. No,
dude, the
no.
guy can't run.
No. No Ken Shaka.
Better than that guy.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, at least he would have fouled him nicely.
Huss. Andy's a lefty. You're not even making sense, bro.
I would have taken anybody. I would have put Ozil back there.
Take it easy on the quicksand, man.
Yeah,
All
put
right?
Check back
At least
there.
he's got quick in his name. He's got a little bit. All right? He can move a little bit.
All right, hey, let's slow it. Let's slow it down.
He's
Hussy
like
with
that dude on the
ridiculousness. All right.
sidewalk performer, just like the statue there. That's all he is. You just give him a little.
No one knows
give him a
what-
little
no one
cash,
knows what you're
he
talking
moves
about.
up.
All right. Anyway,
China, the quicksand man.
yeah,
Sucks.
no one knows what you're talking about. Anyway, man, this game 1-0, 49 tickets in, but 10 minutes in, man, your boy Koscielny, best defender in France. Dude, he pulled out. Dude, what was it? Two goals in 3 games for him now, like 2 off the shoulder.
Yeah.
But
That's what I click on.
one man Arsenal
bro.
away from home, you fight back 1-1. Okay, almost if Arsenal got to halftime.
Exactly.
Maybe a readjustment at halftime from Emery, but dude,
And City made the mistake of having Raheem Sterling marking Koscielny.
so ridiculous.
That was
Well,
dumb.
it was
That was
man
dumb.
marking
You
and
know what that
zonal.
was?
So
Both of the
like,
first goals came from mistakes.
but like
Yeah,
you
but it
mark
was-
him, you saw it. You
Exactly.
mark him tight.
So like they had City had their big 3 playing zonal, and then the little guy's only there to not give the big guy a clean jump. He's not there to win it. The zone is there to win it, and if you look at Sterling, he just stops tracking him.
Yeah.
Well, no,
he
no,
tried
no,
to
it
bump
wasn't-
him a little bit.
It
He
wasn't
tried to-
just the stop tracking, like you said.
got
City
bodied.
had small players versus big players. that doesn't work out because
look at their 3: Otamendi, Laporte.
I
Look where they
understand,
line
but Sterling tried to body him, and then Koscielny just kind of pushed him out of the way and ran.
yeah, but he
Yeah, but
gave
easy
up
running.
too, man.
It's
Like,
not-
he did.
whether
Because
he
he
gave
was
up or
because he
not.
was playing a zonal system. He didn't track his man. Man marking, you're gonna follow
no,
the
but
man
it's
all the way in
What
there.
I'm saying is a blend. It wasn't zonal for him. He was supposed to track Koscielny and knock him off.
Well,
Even
clearly
if
he didn't
he-
know his
because everyone else
assignment
was
because he
zone-
let him go.
Exactly.
He let
That's
him
what
go
I'm
there.
saying.
he wouldn't have done
failed his
anything. Even if he
assignment.
did track him,
No,
Koscielny
man,
still
you
would have
just
scored
don't give
that.
him a
you
clean
push
jump.
him off.
Exactly.
You put him
He
off.
would have
But
pushed him
either
behind.
way-
Tug his
But the point that Huss
jersey.
making
would
is
have had to push
Koscielny's
him from
stronger
behind.
than him. He's stronger than him in terms of
I'm
getting
not
a free
siding
run.
with you, Huss, but I mean, I'll agree on Koenig's man. Zonal marking, Liverpool, I mean, are culprits themselves with zonal marking. It doesn't work. It's not it works, but it's not as effective. Mark up man for man, and you have other guys floating like a Fellaini, rest in peace. Floating it around the 12. But you gotta stand up your man. I don't understand. Even Pep Guardiola going with the zonal. It's I don't know.
Yeah, Arsenal's fan.
Not a fan.
Look, man,
Zonal
I did think we showed some sort of heart, some semblance of heart. Yeah, we pulled back a goal, but Guendouzi and Torreira in the middle, I thought they were working their balls off, man. Where I'm disappointed is the wing play. We didn't get enough from our wingers. Kolasanic oftentimes was on the right side of the pitch. I mean, he didn't deliver the ball when he should have first times, a couple occasions. We don't have natural width, man. Like even Iwobi's like an attacking mid who can play out wide.
Since when is Kolasanic a winger?
Well,
I mean,
since we
that-
discovered
I mean-
he's a defensive fraud.
But he came in as a
He's-
wing back.
Yeah, he's
specifically
yeah.
a wing back. Yeah, like
but
Victor
they're
Moses
playing
at
him
Chelsea.
way too advanced.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not that horrible a defender. I mean, he's susceptible. If he had strong center backs behind him, he kind of reinforces his position. But
It's just against this Man City team.
dude,
He
1v1,
can't play.
he's suspect as fuck.
He is, and that's why Nacho's a better left back than he is. So he's better. So that's the thing with this team. We don't have natural wingers. Like who are the actual wingers in the team? Then you want to talk about the backline
Maitland's.
injuries.
Where's Matey?
He's hurt. He's injured,
And
and
he's not
again,
even-
injury
and he's-
crisis that's going on.
And even then, Maitland isn't even. He's a center midfielder. He's a natural center midfielder.
But they pushed
He's
him
got
out to
pace.
That's
the
what they
outside.
do.
But this is my point, right? So all these players, we're trying to kind of compartmentalize it. We're trying to kind of fit them into their wingers, their right backs, their defenders. No. Their primary positions are not where we're playing them.
And
Worked
that's
for
where
Crystal
Emery.
Palace. Worked for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, where are they in the
No,
league?
it didn't.
What's
The
Crystal Palace?
right back,
What? Oh,
Juan Bissoko.
yeah,
that
that's
worked,
left
Bissaka-
back.
it worked for him.
but it worked in training. You know what I mean? Like,
And he's still that. Why do you think that guy's getting linked with all these big clubs? It worked for him. He was a
yeah, but he's
winger,
one
but
of
now they dropped
so
him back.
many.
I
So
understand
that
that.
may
So
work
many.
with one player, and that may
Yeah.
work with one team. But if you're talking about the big dogs, whenever you're playing against a team like City, who are proven champions, you're at a disadvantage when you're playing players out of position.
No, I fully understand that,
signed a
but
right back in January. We
I agree
loaned
with
out
that, too.
Dennis Suarez, who made his debut this game, and he looked all right. He looked like he had, he's got neat feet. Of course, he's from Barca. We
Neat
expect
feet?
him. Yeah, he's got some.
no,
neat
I
feet.
agree with you
You
that
know
much.
who
But like
was,
Maitland Miles,
He's the player we need.
if he was healthy, you have to sign him right back because Lichtsteiner sucks that bad.
He would have.
He just sucks that bad.
And we know that Maitland-Niles was exposed, by the way, the other week when he started at right back. So
even he's not.
Yeah, no,
Come
but
on,
I would
man.
still rather
We're
him
trying to
there
plug
because
these
Yo,
holes
the
and
guy-
he could have stopped at least one of those three. I'm
Yo,
thinking.
the guy played most opposition this game. Aaron Ramsey on the bench.
Oh, I was like,
Crazy.
How do you not?
Did he play?
No, he didn't start. He came in, but I mean, how do you not start this guy?
Because you had to be defensive. That's why he put in
I don't
Guendouzi and
care.
Torreira.
Fuck that, dude.
You had to, bro. He knew he was coming in with a weak back line, so you got to put two workers in front of him. They couldn't.
Then you get the ball. What do? You give it to Guendouzi?
Bro, 3-1, and you only led
this game.
Yeah,
Man. Look at him. Look how he played. Like this is
he played well.
He's a
man.
19-year-old who's starting. I'd rather have Guendouzi develop for this season and then grow from these games, so that next season he can be somewhat formidable, and that expectation can be higher for him.
You'd rather lose points and miss out on top 4 this season,
Well, who else?
and build for next year, which you may not get top 4.
putting
If
Ramsey-
you look at
you're-
this result, away at the Etihad against the champions, Aguero hat-trick, one of the most prolific strikers in EPL history. Look, man, I can defend this result. We showed some sort of heart. We pulled one back. We got a goal. If it goes on to 4-5-1, now I'm saying, all right, Emery got it completely wrong.
Still, it was a thorough defeat for Arsenal because second half they didn't even get a shot at all.
Our strikers got shut down.
Yeah.
And you saw Lacazette busting his ass. Dude surrounded by 4 City players. Gets a shot off. Of course, fucking Atkinson's going to call a foul against them. I hate Martin Atkinson.
But with the result of this game, it means United hopscotch over.
Yep.
Moral
Sitting in
victories.
fifth.
High five.
Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
No
We're
five
coming
for
for
you.
it. We're
Fifth
coming for
place.
it, dude.
Yeah, moral victories.
One step at a time. And now two.
But I would just look, the defense for Arsenal is lacking so much because that first goal for Aguero, he was wide open 4-5 different times.
Mustafi kept everyone on sides. By the way.
And look, Aguero's really good at finding those the spaces, the gaps in between the defense. We've always seen that, but he was wide open by a few yards each time.
It's because where the ball's turned over.
Yeah, it was
on the top of the 18. No one's expecting that. And then Mustafi is slow
But
to get
before
out
that,
and
though,
hold the line.
Before that, they actually crossed it, and there were multiple times that they just let him roam. You gotta find him, dude. What happened to Liverpool when they didn't find him right away?
Huss,
He scored against.
Surprise to you. Arsenal's defense sucks.
Yes, but
This may be a surprise to you.
We suck. We know it's not good enough. So, I get it, man. You play against one of the best EPL strikers of all time. He punished us. They deserve the victory. No sweat. Move on to the next one.
Aguero hat-trick. Unbelievable, man.
And to the next one we go. Manchester United 1, Leicester City 0.
Oh, wait, on that, Man City closed the gap on Liverpool to 1 point.
2 points.
2 points now?
2 points.
Yeah, they're in second.
And Liverpool have a game in hand.
Doesn't matter. They're going to lose anyway.
All right, snacks.
On to the showpiece events.
It's your
Manchester United 1, Leicester 0.
Come on.
Leicester,
be quiet for my man, Mr.
Leicester
Hernandez
away,
out there.
man.
Nice and
Again,
quiet.
Marcus Rashford getting the role down the middle. Played at Burnley on the wing for Lukaku midweek. Didn't work out really.
That worked out real well.
But didn't work out. Anyway, present tense. Spurned another early chance Rashford gets, man. Ducked on the header. Should have buried that. Commentators giving him shit. United number 9. You got to bury these chances. 5 minutes later, second chance. A beautiful ball from Pogba over the top. World class finish, man.
But the
Coming
first
from
touch
Pereira,
was better
first-
than
man.
the finish, I think.
No,
Again,
I mean,
chill out, man.
We see, let's just see where the ball is turned over is so important.
Yeah, it is.
It's an
If you-
individual error.
If you lose the ball in your own defensive half,
In the middle of the field,
in the middle of the field as well, you're pretty much screwed
with
against the
Pogba
top four.
around.
Against
Can't-
most teams.
Yeah,
Can't
most
do that with
sentiments,
Agent
yeah.
P in the middle, man. You can't do that with Agent
But
P
the
in the
first
middle.
touch, Rashford for him to settle it like that, touch and finish.
Again, I think the first touch was better than the finish. The finish was nice, but that first touch, it literally
But
fell down perfectly.
I like the
It
finish
was
because it was
unreal.
bouncing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't kill the ball completely. Like, it bounced perfectly for him. So the touch was good, but like
And he
that finish
crushed
to
it.
keep it low in power.
Yeah, he went for form.
How's his finishing been in the last 3 years, at United? Not consistent.
Up and down. Yeah.
Solskjaer himself said he's a way better player than I ever was.
Yeah.
But I was a better finisher. Which is true. I mean, Solskjaer wasn't the best, but simple. Got his chances, buried his
Composure,
chances.
man.
He had the composure in front of net, and he's passing that on.
I didn't even know this. Rashford has the second most starts for a United teenager ever.
Youngest, yeah.
Gigs.
Yeah, Giggs.
Giggs.
Who was
So
first.
all that time when you guys were young, play the special ones, and I was like, dude, he's playing
More than anybody.
He-
Playing like
And he's
on the
got,
other side of
more
the
than
he's
field.
got
anyone.
more goals and more assists
Yeah,
than
man.
any.
And then like they're
teenager.
bleeding him in. Like the first 2 seasons, he was like getting subbed in a lot, but like he was getting chunks of games, a start here and there. Now he's an automatic starter. It's fucking awesome, man.
Look, man,
This dude's ball.
You took the safe
So
calls.
it wasn't- it
And
wasn't-
Gareth
safe call. He
Southgate
doesn't
wouldn't
give me
play
shit
this
every
dude at the
weekend.
World Cup. He'd play Jamie Vardy over Rashford.
Yeah, I think that was a time
Egregious.
thing. I think that was a time thing. Vardy's
Dude,
older.
Wayne Rooney 2004
Yeah.
Euro. I don't give a shit. You play these
But
people.
there's also
I
a
agree.
reason why now Rashford's linked with Real Madrid for like 100 million.
It's not going to
he's
happen,
not
man. He's a
Nothing, bro.
mank, bro. He's a mank.
He's
Born and
at
bred.
least 150, 200.
Nah, what he'll do is he'll get to that level, 24, 25, when he's better than Man U. Then he'll move on.
See,
to
the
a better
difference
club.
is
Or
the difference is
I promise you.
That's what happens.
he's English. No, not to us.
That's what-
Not
He's
to us.
mank, born and bred.
Happens.
He's
Just
only been
happened
at
with
United,
Beckham.
man. He's
Happened
not
with Cristiano
leaving.
Ronaldo. That happens.
Yeah, but
They get
most
to
of
a
the time
level
it
where,
doesn't
like,
happen.
All right, I've had
You know what
it
else-
here.
you know what
You're
else
not
happens?
quite
No.
the big-
How
You know
many
what else
how many
happens?
Englishmen have left us for Real Madrid or Barca?
Well, there's not a lot of Englishmen in general who've played in.
And
La
he's
Liga.
English, right?
Yeah, he's English, bro.
He's staying, bro. I'm telling you that he's going to be a lifer at this club as long as we keep winning. He's going to be a lifer, and I know you're scared, and I know you're trying to throw
I'm
salt
shaking
on
out
us.
my boots. But
He's
I don't
a
think it's gonna
lifer.
happen though. I think
Dude, I'll bet you anything you want to bet right now. He's a lifer unless he's taking a step down.
Fingers. Bet some fingers.
Not
Let's
going
go.
to Barca, not going to PSG, not going to Real Madrid. Fuck that meatball stuff.
what's up, bro? Now you gotta eat something gross.
Meatball sub with Swiss.
I
No,
know- I
not
know-
mozzarella. Not Parmesan.
Jalapenos
Swiss.
and pickles.
I know. There's a lot of good happening in
It's
this
nice.
game, but also a
Provolone.
lot of bad. We mentioned it in the group chat. It was pretty much Tiki and I in the group chat alone, kind of talking about it. But
Typical.
the first
Romantic.
15, get out of here, Gylfi Sigurdsson from Pogba Swamp.
Guys, class. Guys, class.
The first 15 minutes was, typical Ollie ball, as
Yeah.
we like to call it nowadays. The next 75 minutes was just
Mourinho
It was Jose ball.
It was Mourinho ball.
It was
Jose
really-
ball.
You could say it.
It
It
was
was sad back. So
It was
the
bad.
pressure.
Dude, it
Look,
was
so-
soaked in
it was-
pressure. And,
The-
we talked about it. Like, around the 90th minute, we're still up 1-0. Like, okay. There's a point where, like, Martial gets the ball on the left. There's no urgency. He's just standing there. 4 guys converging on him at top speed. He's like, no worry, I'll get it out to here. Lucky not to lose the ball. He's so lucky not to lose
Tell
the
you
ball.
what, Martial's not a substitute.
Because
This guy's so much
dude,
better
he's
when
not,
he starts a game
He's
versus
like-
coming off the
bro.
bench. It's crazy.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. For this game, it was because he was injured.
We gotta
so I
get
think as soon
Sanchez
as
some
he's
minutes
healthy-
too at the same time.
Yeah,
Trevor
try to get
came
him
back
firing
into the squad.
for sure.
Yo, lots of Man U talk. My boy Harvey Barnes, though,
He
on
balls
Leicester.
nice,
huh?
He balls
Impressive.
His name's
Dude.
Harvey, bro. What do you expect?
Harvey.
Bro,
Dude,
Rashford
he's got wheels.
Rashford was trying to catch him, dude. No ball. This guy's dribbling with the ball. Still couldn't catch him.
Yeah, guy's got fucking wheels.
James Madison out here looking like Tony Soprano in his prime. He's got the mob look. He's got the.
All right,
slick
stop
back
flirting
here.
with players, dude. Jesus.
Look, this is the De Gea show. Again, it comes down to United having the best goalkeeper in the world. If they
alien point.
if they
No, that's
have
part of it, for
yeah,
sure.
if they have
Absolutely.
somebody else,
Absolutely.
if they have somebody
If we
else
had
in net,
Karius,
yeah. If this is somebody else in net right now,
If we had
or
Alisson.
Bert Leno.
Or Alisson.
Or Mingele.
Alison's
Yeah.
not making those saves.
You're 100%
man.
right.
Alisson's
dude.
making
That's
that.
the-
He's not.
that's
Yes,
the
he is.
I
advantage-
promise you he won't.
Yo, you're 100% right, Huss, and that's the advantage of having best players in the world. Salah's not on Liverpool. Salah's not.
No, I understand
Liverpool's
that.
not leading. So, like, I 100% agree with you. De Gea pulled it out of his ass. Not as impressive as what was
Arsenal
that game? The Arsenal game when he had 11 saves. But this again, he did have top draw saves, ball
Clean.
off the line.
there was
Was
like
it-
3,
That's the
4,
one with
5
the
shots.
Free kick was heading to the top corner.
And I'm not really putting him in the Salah grouping or Salah not in the De Gea grouping because we've seen De Gea do it for 5, 6, 7 years in a row now. Where
7
Salah,
years?
it's
What?
been
No.
it's been
2011.
one year with Salah, or maybe 1.5, shall we say? But with De Gea, it's just time and time again where this
Absolutely.
guy, like United, really have to start winning, or this guy has to leave to like a Real Madrid.
He won't leave,
dude.
I know that's
signing for 5 years this week.
That's why I don't like.
Signing for 5 years. United.
This is why I don't.
United is back.
Well, I don't know if
United
they're
is
back.
back.
I don't know if they're back.
You got rid of Fellaini. You guys are halfway there. Next guy, once Phil Jones goes, United will be back.
Never sell Phil Jones.
And once you
touching
buy
that
2
one.
center backs
Here's the
and
thing,
a
only
left
keep Phil
back
Jones
and a
around
right
for the
back.
memes.
Cool, man. Just like you guys.
No, but no, that's
Just like you
I
guys.
fully understand that, but it's not
The team-
it's not as simple as just selling one player right there. But you guys
we're
aren't
2
back yet.
signings
No
away.
respect
2
for
signings
Fellaini.
away.
No
You get
respect.
Koulibaly and De Gea and Bailly firing, or now Lovren is looking
Man,
like
Dude,
Lindelof.
Lindelof is
Yeah,
also.
yeah, you want Lovren?
No, Lindelof is Lovren. If you
Oh,
put him
yeah.
next to a premier
Better than
guy,
Lovren.
you watch him for Sweden next to
Better
that
than
tall
Lindelof.
37
Lindelof
year
I think that's more
How are you
Bailly.
saying
I
he's
think
the-
Bailey's more
Lindelof is
that.
better than
Huh?
No,
Lovren.
dude, he's miles ahead of love.
Look, ball wise,
What?
feet wise, he is. Feet wise, he is. And by the way,
Lindelof?
I've backed
No.
Lindelof since he came
No.
in. People wanted to sign him off, so like,
you guys are gassed.
it's total respect. But I think he's like Lovren level.
I
Like
agree
you
with
put
that
him
take.
next to a power guy like
Lovren's
Koulibaly's
got
gonna be
no
good.
dexterity.
Feet.
Bro,
I agree
Lovren's a
with you.
good
That's the
defender,
edge.
though.
Feet, but defense. We're
Come on,
talking
man.
strictly
Look,
marking,
look, guys,
tackling,
we should
and all
on him.
that.
He's
Look at him on
number
this run.
one,
He's
but-
been unbeatable. That one goal that we've conceded during this 10-game run has been his fault.
Oh, how many games?
10.
All right, let's see. because that you will get exposed at defense, man.
Yeah, we've been
You
saying
will.
that. We've been saying that for
and
how
he's
long
super
now?
young.
Look
So
at
this summer is the
Bro,
key.
you still-
This summer, Koulibaly comes in. You
Maybe.
keep these guys. You
This
fine.
is house money. Don't get it twisted, Snacks. You guys are still
it's-
playing with house
No,
money.
It's house
Past
money
that.
for one guy. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Exactly.
For these
And-
players, it's not house
No,
money.
Exactly. It never is, right?
So
'Cause you
these
can get
guys aren't
dropped at
playing
any
for house
moment.
money. So when you say we're playing for house money, there's one guy, but there's
But this
23
wave-
guys not.
This wave is house money. You still have to play well
No,
naturally as a
because
player.
top four, if you don't make top four, these guys are losing out on
Yeah, no
opportunities.
doubt.
So
But-
like the players, it's not house money. For Solskjaer, it is
He could
because
get
he's
fired.
leaving anyway.
Yeah, he could get fired.
For
Or he could get
Solskjaer,
hired.
100%. Absolutely. It's house money
That's
for
what I'm saying.
Solskjaer.
Who's controlling
but
the
not for
substitutes
Pogba.
and shit? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's riding that manager wave, man. It's all good.
Say what you will, man. We
This is
hopscotched
the
over
type of
Arsenal.
result. This is the type of results
Woo,
champions
fifth
win.
place.
This is
Yeah,
the type
one
How the
step
mighty
at a
have
time.
fallen, man.
One
How
step
the
at a
mighty
time.
have
Snacks.
We're
fallen.
like this. Unbeaten
true.
in 10, but somehow we're falling.
Oh,
Unbeaten
yeah,
in
because
10.
you used to be number one, and now you're in fifth place.
Rebuild.
Yeah.
Still silverware.
Look, as it looks right now, they're gonna finish top four.
Absolutely.
As it looks right now,
Dude,
it is what it
If
is.
Chelsea didn't
I don't know,
sign
man.
Higuain,
Yeah.
then
There was a lock.
they could be seventh place, But now that's going to stabilize them a bit, give them someone to target up top.
But they got smacked for 4-0, so there will be
But that was
stability.
his first game in. But now, then they hit 5. Granted, it was the worst team in the league, but
Exactly, man. I think they're still going to be yo-yo because
they're
it's
not
going
going
to
to be
depend how
consistent.
Hazard.
But he's going to keep. They're treading water, no doubt.
Yeah.
But now you got a guy
Yeah.
who can fucking
He gives you
finish.
an
So it's
edge,
like,
for sure.
okay,
For
now they
sure.
can make the push for top 4.
Yeah, no, it's going to be
But-
harder to get top 4.
Okay,
You're
come
right.
on.
Al.
Coming into this game though, Leicester midweek tying shit pool 1-1. Again in that game, Leicester went down 1-0 early on, came back to tie it 1-1. So I was a little nervous going to Leicester away right now after they're coming off
They
that
beat
that
City
Liverpool
this season.
performance.
They beat City.
Claude Puel's taking 7 points off top 6 clubs.
This
Vardy
is,
as well.
like I said, this is the type of result. 1-0, nothing impressive.
Dude, but we're
You
not even
grit
close
and
to being
grind.
champions, so you can't even say that.
I'm just saying that's the type of
but
game
this
the
is-
champions.
It was a
And
it was a
honestly,
scrappy-
probably 6 inches to the outside. Vardy has that bike, that overhead kick in the
a
goal.
lot of Fs, man. You're
So
right.
that's what I'm saying. Was like
reality.
that's
how
the
we
only
have to
difference
have.
between the United and Liverpool game for the most part. They both got a nice early goal, and then Leicester found their way back on a freak or a set piece.
It doesn't matter what happened or what didn't
Yeah.
happen. At the end of the day, this is like with you guys. We had a.
No,
I
I'm
don't
saying
remember-
that
I
Leicester
remember-
can be a scary team to
No,
top
100%,
teams.
100%.
Yeah,
but that's
absolutely.
what I'm saying. Like,
'Cause they had Jamie
you
Vardy.
guys had a game earlier. I forget who you
And
played.
Maguire.
You guys like won in like the 90th minute. And I remember. I don't
Everton,
remember
fucking bullshit hits the crossbar.
and someone said,
And when Klopp runs on the field.
and then who?
Stupidest game of all
I think
time.
Tom said
dumb.
it. Tom said that this is the type of game the champions win. I'm not saying we're going to
No,
win
I
the
said
title
it.
this year. I'm just saying.
You need
right?
to be
I
able
said
to
it.
win ugly, and that's a good sign.
There's a
for
lot
Man
of crazy
United.
things happening
This
for Liverpool.
This wasn't.
It's a sign of a good team, Snacks. I'll give you that.
All right, who's next?
Spurs, Newcastle.
Fuckers just keep winning.
Son is a superhero. Man, this is
No,
what,
this
again,
keeper's a fraud.
fraud, but Son's a superhero,
Dude,
bro.
no, dude.
I
Either
love
way,
Son.
He
Dude,
scored the goal.
He's a
Yes,
hero.
it was an
He's not
error.
super. He's
but
a
he's
hero.
Dubravka,
superhero,
man.
bro. Where's Kane?
Dude,
Where's Ali? Everyone's like, oh, now we're going to see it's a marathon, not a sprint. Marathon. There's 7 points comfy in fucking...
Third.
Four.
In
Third place.
top
Man, I
spot.
gotta say, that surprised me. I thought they would drop points by now. At least
They have.
Especially with Kane.
At least a draw or an
They
L.
have no draws.
Yeah, they've just been winning. Ever
just
since
win,
Kane
bro.
and Ali's
No
been
draws
going
all
out.
season.
They won. Remember that epic 2-1 at the last
Yeah.
move?
No, since
And-
Kane is out,
Fulham.
we're talking about. They've
Yeah.
lost games.
Yeah,
but like,
bro,
since
these
Kane's
dudes,
out,
man, they just keep scrapping it
I
out.
thought
They
they
got
lost
knocked out
one.
of cups.
And this
That's
make-
what it was.
Two
Yeah.
cups.
And you know what
Okay.
this makes me think? Before I was like, all right, this team is heavily dependent upon Harry Kane. If he doesn't play,
I disagree.
They basically, that's what I used to think. Now I'm starting to think, this may be more of a system.
Dude,
here.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're
This may be more
they're
of
a
a punch.
hair.
That's why everyone says Poch hasn't won anything, and he came out, what was it, last week, and he said winning silverware is not important.
He did.
He was being very defensive. You obviously know it drives him nuts that he's not winning silverware. If he had the backing of the club, and by the way, they're talking about $65 million offer for Brooks at Bournemouth.
$65 million for a kid who just started
United's looking at him
playing.
too.
That could look.
Worth
That
it.
kid looks.
Dude, he was nobody 3 months
Here's
ago.
my fear. No, here's my fear with
You
him.
gonna put the special
He's
sauce?
Adnan
Special
Januzaj.
sauce?
No, that's my fear. He might be Adnan Januzaj coming in.
remember
Here's
that?
the difference,
Very-
though.
Do you remember that?
He's
Dude,
doing
They
it
gave
in
him the
the
number
EPL.
11 after like
Half a season.
8 games.
Half a
I was
season,
like, what the
bro.
fuck are you guys doing?
But at least this kid's doing it
Transitioning.
in
Very
the
good
league,
at
right? So I know it
transitioning.
will be a major step up, major
Transitioning.
expectations. But you're seeing what he's producing in
No,
the league.
dude. I 100%,
Januzaj
man.
was from outside.
No, I 100% agree with
I
you,
see
man.
what you're
But like, 65 mil is a big risk for Tottenham too. A team that's kind of
That doesn't
still
have
trying
the
to put
cash.
it together.
A
If you're
team
gonna
that
spend
doesn't
65 million,
have
get a
money is
trophy
going
winner
to
for you.
gamble.
Exactly.
It's like United buying Harry Maguire last year.
I don't think we talked enough about Son really because we're talking about an if game with that guy with Brooks. Let's talk about Son a little bit more.
Cool.
Love this.
I was thinking about this. Do you think he's been fighting against stereotypes his whole career for the most part?
No.
Because
I think
he's
that's in your head.
no. Because
That's a
no,
Huss fact
because
right there.
honestly, because when it comes
Huss
down to
feeling.
it, I see four different things where we have Son,
Hashtag Huss feelings.
Lacazette, Mane. Give me somebody else. Martial. Who would you take over all those guys?
Martial.
Maybe Martial.
Cristiano
Who's
Ronaldo.
I think
second?
it's preference.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Maybe Son.
Hey,
Some people
But
would take
Son's
Mane.
one or two,
Not
I
the
think.
Asian dude. I'm never taking the Asian.
Well, no, but
just
honestly,
kidding.
no,
Is that
I'm not
what
talking
you're
about
trying
this
to
year.
hear?
I'm not talking about this year.
Xenophobic.
I'm talking about like a couple years back. Do you
agree
think
with
people
Huss.
would say, "Oh, it's just a guy
No,
from
bro,
Korea"?
Easily, 100%, dude. Asian players have a bias towards them, no doubt.
Why?
against
Oh, you know
we
what?
might be
I know
Against
what.
them, not towards them.
Against them.
The story of Arsenal.
What about Okazaki, bro?
Park Ji-sung.
Your boy, Okazaki,
Still
best
in
player in the
LA.
world.
Okay. We all know how much I love him. Best celebration in the world.
Real
But
Miyachi.
he's come on. It's
No, look, no one saw this coming, but I don't think it's because he's Asian, bro. Yes, a lot of Asians have a hard time getting into Europe because, like, just generally the level of Asian, like, youth football is not
The
where it should
grassroots,
be.
yeah.
They're working on it, but Japan has always produced one or two, Suzuki, Honda.
Nakamura.
Kagawa.
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
I know. I'm still, no, I know. Suzuki
Keisuke.
for sure.
Keisuke.
Oh, Honda.
No, I understand, but I didn't know if it was like a
Yeah,
white
no, but
man
like
can't jump
Korea-
situation
no,
where you got
it's not.
the white dude on the sideline at the basketball.
No,
court.
it's just
Like,
lack of
he gets picked
development.
last
It's just
in
like
class.
it's
I
just
think
like
it's a
Harry
factor.
Kuehl was
I think it's a
Australian,
factor.
right? Like it just doesn't come in, like because Australians aren't producing at the level. I love my boy Rogic, but he's not a Premier League
Cahill.
player.
Mark
Cahill, exactly.
Viduka.
So there's one every few. Just like Korea, just like Japan, every few years there's one or two that bleed in. Like I don't
but
think
what I'm
it's
saying
a
is, like,
race
he had a-
thing.
But the question asked was, do you think he's ever had to deal with stereotypes in his career?
Yeah,
I
because
don't think
against
so.
like
I
against
think
somebody
he
that's
has, for sure.
French,
What's-
against someone
what's
that's Brazilian.
stereotype?
Dude,
Think about how many
this is-
Brazilian people get hyped up and they don't produce, and then this guy just
But I don't
produces
think-
without anything.
I don't think that's anti-Asian. I think that's pro-Brazilian
No.
because even in Africa, Africans are compared to the Brazilians coming up. They're English or European kids losing jobs because Brazilian kids are coming up. Like, I know what you're saying. I just disagree. I don't think he's had to deal with as far as football off the field. Yeah, probably.
but in
as
football,
far as
man, you
footballing,
see-
they've always played this guy.
Dude, the first time you see Son play, like, dude, this guy can fucking play. He's fast. He's confident.
And
he
they
takes
played him.
chances.
I don't
Like,
wait, the
Spurs
first
picked
couple
him
years
up.
at
I think
Spurs.
the way I think
Dude,
it's,
this
I
guy,
don't
this
think
guy,
it's-
this
I don't
guy
think
has
it has to
been
do with
fired
playing
since he
time.
came into the team.
I think it's how he's revered, how the general public perceive him. Like he had the ball at such a level before people like I saw him early. I was able to see him and be like, this guy, he can play. But I think how he was perceived, and no doubt he wasn't producing.
Well, tell me the top
then
four
as
people
much
on
as he
Spurs.
is
Like,
now. But I
He's
still
the fourth.
think,
People would say.
yeah, I still think.
No
that when
way,
people-
dude. He's way better than
just
Ali.
the perception.
No, I know.
I think
I
there's some of
believe that. But if
but
someone
they
said,
didn't
"Hey,
fall.
name me the top 4 players on Spurs," they'd probably say Harry Kane, Eriksson, Ali, then Son. When Son is obviously better than Ali in my mind.
But it was justified at the time because Son didn't have the numbers.
He did
Straight
when he
up.
played though, because remember when Kane went down, who brought him up?
Agreed,
Son.
but you
Who
look
kept
at
him
his
up?
total
Son.
numbers. But Ali was scoring in those games too. But
No,
Son
but
did
Son
help
wasn't
out.
even starting. That's the point. Like he
Agreed,
had to
but
fight for
you know
time
what
and
it was?
everything. But
exactly, it's just like Lamella. Lamella and Son were the same fucking player. Son has broken through to
Took
be
his
better
chances,
than Lamella,
yeah.
but Lamella got injured. They were the same fucking guy.
I don't know if they're the same. No, I
Dude,
think
they
Son
were.
has
They
a better
even
I'm
played
not
finish.
going that deep.
I'm
not going that deep. I just think
I'm
like
saying 5 years ago, these guys were the same
in
guy.
the same
Son is
way,
way better now.
In the same way, we look at South American players and we're like, they're technical, right? This is the same way we look at certain nationalities and what we expect from
And
them.
you know what Asia's
And-
expectation is? Just like every
What?
nation has?
Work rate.
Work rate.
Yeah,
Work rate. And Son brings the work rate. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but he
maybe
has that
you
finishing
weren't
it
ability.
there,
takes
but
longer
a
to
lot of-
win people over.
That's
than-
what I'm trying to say.
That's all I'm
Okay,
saying. I'm
that's
not
what I'm
saying
saying.
like
I don't think
coaches or because they.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I don't
people
think
hate
so.
on.
Look
I'm
at
saying
Okazaki,
I'm talking about what Tom
though.
said. He said it
Perception.
perfectly. Where it's like it took a little bit longer to. But
How we get do a whole
Wrap it
debate
up.
about
That Chappelle
something.
show. Wrap it up, box.
ethnicities
gavel
and
up.
Real quick,
Origins.
before we move on, Newcastle coming off a big midweek win over City. Matt Ritchie scoring
Dude,
the
I
winner in
love
that
this
one.
league, man.
And it's just like the next week.
Matt Ritchie.
Honest-
I didn't even know he was a Scotsman. He definitely would have fit at Man United. Like Fergie would have brought him on, man. I'm
Probably.
telling
We
you.
were linked with
no
him with
way.
Lee Van Gaal. We were linked with him
Got
like a
it.
bunch.
He would have been Fletcher. He would have been a wide
It'd be
Fletcher.
It'd be more Liverpool because Liverpool
ahead,
had more
Snacksy.
roots to
But-
Scotland.
But yeah, like Tiki was saying, that's what we like about the league. Always, nonstop. I think, it's kind of, this is a very weird comparison, but like when Colin Kaepernick came into the NFL, he was regarded as one of the, I think it was Ron Jaworski said he could be the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, where is he now?
Then he got figured out. And now he's not in the league. Like with
That's more. I think it's more policy. That's more politics.
No. Kaepernick was like 1 year.
He made a protest
maybe
against
not
police
using-
brutality,
but-
and the league refused to.
And then,
No, but he was also wasn't good after 1
anyways,
Kaepernick.
You're trying to wrap us up.
I think Newcastle put a lot of focus in the Man City game, and they figured them out, won, and then they came into the Spurs game. I mean, again, late winner.
They kept them. Yeah, they were in this.
83rd minute. But
In
like,
Dubravka, man, this guy has been so
Would have
solid.
been zeros, bro.
This season, man, dude. Newcastle need new
would've got a
goalie.
result.
They need a new goalie. Dubravka's done. He's giving up too many points in tight games like this. I've seen him make saves out of his ass.
Tell you what, Al.
Should they get
January's
Forster?
over. What are you gonna do now? January's over, man.
You get to the summer, you bring someone in.
I agree with that, but
You know?
see what
it's
Rafa
harsh.
can do.
No, I'm saying they're stuck with him for the end of the season. He's average
Yeah.
at best.
And they were in a relegation battle. They're not in relegation zone, but they're only 2 points from relegation.
Dude, Rafa
so,
will save him. That Man City one brought him up huge.
but not if Dubravka's out there starting like you're saying he
No.
is.
Look, hopefully their new signing, dude from Atlanta United.
Dude, signing people from the MLS.
Miguel
20
Almiron.
million?
Almiron.
I like that. They have
20
guys-
mil?
They have Yedlin in there doing work for
I like it,
America.
man. I like it, too.
I like that, man. Young American kids getting the EPL time. Leave the MLS, man, if you can, because this is where you're
That's
gonna
a
gain experience.
Club record, like 24 mil, breaking the
beautiful.
Dude, for a guy from the MLS.
That's a
Unbelievable.
lot
Guy's
of
a
weight.
baller, man.
That's a
He's
lot of
Unbelievable.
a baller. Yeah.
For sure, man. But yeah, Spurs win that one, dude. They keep winning. Still no ties all season. 19 wins, 6 losses. If you guys are gambling people, there might be time to ride the Spurs for a little bit, bro. But Chelsea 5, Huddersfield 0.
Higuain!
Gonzo. Gonzo.
Higuain brace here. Hazard
That
brace
first
as
goal
well.
that he scored was fire.
The second goal was
What, the
better, bro.
deflected?
The dipping Cheryl?
The deflection?
It was deflected.
What, the dipping Cheryl?
Yeah.
It was still fucking sick.
Look, I like the play. I like the setup.
It was on
dope.
target, yeah.
The one time.
Conte out there,
I was about to say,
3.5 star, bro.
Nah,
Dude,
three-
the Conte
3.5.
Iniesta pass was fucking incredible.
Come on, dude.
Outside of the
That's how
boot
you're
against...
doing it. He's showing you that training
Well, I
level.
like that. It
I'm
was,
with you, Al.
it was almost like a no look, little jab. But that's an Higuain finish. High near post.
Smash
you
it.
saw Lacazette with a similar finish. That's what
If you're
strikers
down,
do, man.
if you're down in fantasy, this is a guy you need to look at. Not for the next 3 weeks because you got Man City, bye, then Spurs. But after that, you got Fulham, Wolves, Everton, Cardiff, West Ham. I mean,
And I
at
think
9.5, you got to look at this
And I
dude.
think that's where it gets tricky for United. So, like, all you Rashford riders, I've been riding the Rashford wave. But it's going to be time to dump him soon. So swap him out for
I
Higuain.
don't know about
No.
that. He's about to come alive, bro.
No way,
Big
bro.
game,
No,
he's a big
he's
game
got
player.
Champions Leagues. They're going to start rotating. I'm telling you.
Big
They
game
already
player,
started
man.
with Lukaku getting... He's a big game player, but we need him for PSG. 2 legs of PSG, we need him. You saw Pogba today. I don't
Maybe
think he'll
not
play
because
with him
Neymar
next
is
I
not
don't know if
playing.
we can give him that big game player thing yet.
Yeah,
Let's slow
it's
down.
early.
Let's
Yeah,
slow down.
yeah.
Let's let him
That
prove.
debut
Not,
against
he's not a
Arsenal.
Wobie. He's
That's
not a
what
That
Wobie.
Prove it.
debut against Arsenal.
He's
Not
not
a
Drogba.
Wobie.
He's not Drogba.
No one claimed him.
Sorry,
man.
coming out with some interesting
Big game
comments a couple weeks ago where he said it was hard to motivate. I'm just trying to keep it going.
No, I'm laughing at Tom, not you.
Hard to motivate his players. Then they get bopped 4-0 by Bournemouth. And then, this is what I like about Sarri. We were talking about it the entire time I got here early. I was talking to him, and he said, Jose would go out and he would slam his team and then keep slamming. Sarri slammed his team, and then he retracted. He redacted his statement.
But he
said, "You know
he
what?
still said we got to be
Maybe-
better.
Maybe it's my fault. I mean, obviously the team has to do better, but maybe I'm not motivating them to play to their best. He motivated them. They're playing Huddersfield, to be fair, but he motivated the shit out of them today.
I thought you were about to say motorboat this shit.
I think what motivated them was having Gonzalo Higuain. Straight up,
I'm pissed for.
there's finally a superhero at number 9.
I'm pissed for Huddersfield, man. This wasn't a PK. Man's got fouled outside of the box. Ref called this one a PK to make it 2-0 right before halftime. Yes, Huddersfield most likely would have taken the L, but I think the game just as soon as they went down 2-0 right before half,
Yeah.
shoulders were slumped and Chelsea were spurred on to go on.
You know what? I want to bring back to something Tiki just said, where he's like, they finally got a superhero at number 9. I think Diego Costa is getting a bad rap because everyone was talking about all the signings they brought in since Drogba, and Costa was involved. Look, Costa is not Drogba. Let's not be silly about that.
Dude,
but he was definitely a good replacement for what they had going.
Dude,
They
he won them the league.
No,
Yeah,
I know, but
he
some
won
people
Jose the
were
league.
dogging on Costa, and if you dogging on Costa,
Conte
come
was
on,
dogging
man.
on Costa.
No, I'm
I
talking
think-
about all the articles when Higuain came in. They were like, even before he came in, they were going to say, is the search going to be finally done to replace Drogba? Come on,
But if
to
you-
replace Drogba, that's like,
whoever's
hey,
writing
who's
that
going to
shit's
replace
daft.
CR7 most likely? It seemed like that. It's going to take
In terms of goal scoring, Higuain could surpass what Costa. I'm not saying he's better than Costa, but I'm saying in terms of goals, when he played with Sarri at Napoli, he had 35 goals.
Yeah, no,
in
I'm not
38
saying
games.
that Higuain's not going to be as good as Costa, but Costa was really good. He was unbelievable for maybe not in Champions League.
Unbelievable for one season.
Yeah. I
The
not
second
more
time
than
they won
that.
the league too,
I
he's
think.
good as well.
Yeah. I think the emotions got the better of him
But
on
we
one of those
see
seasons too. But
he's struggling now at Atletico Madrid. Alvaro
That's-
Morata's went out there now.
That's why they brought him
well, it
around.
helps to
the
have
rest
his
of the
eyes to the left
season.
of you.
So I think Costa's past his peak. But getting back to this game, man, I mean, Hazard in scintillating form. Conte with 2 dimes. Who would have thought, man? And all right, Chelsea's beating up on the smaller teams in Huddersfield, but this is what you don't want. You don't want them regaining their confidence. Higuain's in the team now. You don't have to worry about Hazard trying to play that center forward role. They're almost starting to find an identity. And my boy Willie and Huss, I'm telling you, he's a fucking
8.6
winger.
rating.
He's a winger.
8.6 rating.
He's a dime. And in the FA Cup, he got a nice little Shiro goal as well. This dude, man, he still can ball. Don't sleep.
He's a class
Oh
winner.
no! I know he can ball. I just like him in the middle of the field.
I don't.
That's
fine.
That's
He's a winger.
ridiculous.
Some
I don't know.
stuff right there. That's us switching in pro clubs.
But-
The morning willing to play the 10 is us switching in pro clubs. He's like, yo, Snacks, let me get that 10 spot.
But you're a natural winger. You know you are.
But guys, all the talk about Conte being played out of position, Jorginho being the coach's favorite player, getting the start in the middle of the field. I mean, not every game Conte's played has been spectacular, but like we said, he's been amongst the goals and the assists, especially of late. He wins the ball back high up the field. I mean, is he being converted before our very eyes this year? Is this going to be a thing? I mean, he's very. He'll do it for the team.
He's
one of
showing
those
that
guys.
he has the ability to adapt and change his game. That speaks more to the
Conte,
player than the manager. It's easy for managers to be like, okay, you play here. But is the player actually able to adapt? And now he's adding to his game. I told you.
And adding to his transfer price.
If Conte adds
not
goals
going
to his
anywhere.
game, and I mean like from 7 to 10 goals a year to his game,
Dude,
I think
You
you
know
can
who he
now
is?
call him the best.
You know who
center
he's gonna
midfielder
be,
in the world.
man? He's gonna be Matuidi. He's gonna be Matuidi, where Matuidi started very defensive early, and towards the end he was playing a proper number 8,
Bro,
maybe
and then he
not
played
scoring
left
as
wing in the
many
World
goals.
Cup.
Yeah, man. Like Conte's becoming this versatile center mid where you can play him a bit more.
Wasn't that
advanced,
more like an
or
Essien?
you can play him like a number 6.
No.
Essien was
Essien was
still very
straight
defensive.
six.
I
And then
thought he had a
showed
little
up
bit more
late.
defense. Okay.
Yeah, Essien, he was a beast though.
He was
Right.
a
I thought his stamina. I thought
Yeah,
Essien's
right.
stamina was allowing him to be defensive at the
Nah,
end of the game.
he was number 6, man.
Yeah, he was
protect,
like
protect the
Casemiro.
back line,
Yeah.
and then he was right back occasionally. Then he did his knee, and that was pretty much it.
That was the wrap. That was the wrap of his career.
He did have
Yes.
that one.
Speaking of
banger
a wrap,
against
should we
Arsenal.
switch
Dude,
switch
legendary
games?
game.
Are we done with this game?
Yep.
I'm done with this game.
Done with
Luis gets himself
David
a
Luiz,
goal.
dude,
Ah,
from
sad
dude,
show.
this guy
On a dime
crazy
from William.
crazy fantasy pickup, man. Like either he's
I
getting
love
negative,
this
he's
dude.
getting negative
Yeah.
points, or he's getting you plus 15 points, like clean sheet and a goal.
I love this dude today, man. Hooked
no.
it up.
He's
He's cheap too. He's cheap.
He's the man. I love that.
I'd hang out with him.
touch.
Keep it
Everton
quick, Huss.
1, Wolves 3.
Espírito
Come on, guys.
Santo.
Can we-
Hey, we're trying to keep it quick. We're trying to keep it quick.
The Espírito Santo
Yes.
was there, man.
Thank you, Tom.
It was there, bro. Away from home. These guys, man, picking up points.
It was the fight for 7th, really, everyone's going for 7th because top 6 is a lock. And, dude, Wolves, they had a bit of a stumble, like, around November, early December, but, man, they're back on track. And now they're scoring goals.
Clinical.
Big Jim, really in fucking crazy form, getting goals. Lucky with the penalty as well. But Wolves, man, I think they could lock 7th place down. Bournemouth are too inconsistent. Everton, Marco Silva. Granted, it's like if Everton finish 8th, like, can you really be upset? Like, how much better are you gonna do one position?
But, dude, between...
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what Evertonians are expecting from their club.
They're
They're
expecting
inconsistent as fuck. I'll
You
give
know what
them
they're
that.
expecting with the money spent? They're expecting to be Tottenham of maybe 5 years ago, where you could see Tottenham peak
just
into
wanna
the top
push
4 and
that
then
6th
fall in.
place.
They
They
wanna push for
think they're in
6th,
7th.
and
They
they're
should be in
so
7th
far
right now.
away.
Yeah.
And
From the money they spent.
What's weird is Marco Silva's... He's on the hot seat, but they're in 9th place.
Because they spent 150 mil in the summer,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
they know they got to get
And
something
I
for
think
that.
it would be a mistake to fire him because, like, who...
You brought him
You know what they
replace him
need?
with?
No,
don't
I
think he's
agree.
The main problem.
I agree, but it looks like there's a hot seat now at Everton. Like
He's
since
not helping
David
his
Moyes,
case.
everyone's
He's
like
not helping his
revolving.
case
I'm
when
with you.
he's-
Yeah. It's...
He's not helping his case when he's saying things like, "I'll quit if we sell."
No, he is helping
Not
his
helping
case.
his case.
He is helping his case because he knows if a guy like that leaves, he's fired anyway.
Idrissa Gueye is the
He's
player.
fired. Idrissa
Yeah.
Gueye is linked with PSG, bro. He knows what he has in that diamond. Yes, is it not a wise move to go out in public and say that? But that's him protecting his job. When Jose Mourinho says, "I wanted center backs, you didn't give me my pieces, therefore this is why I suck." Marco Silva's doing the same thing by saying, you're taking my pieces away. I'm telling the world that this is such an important piece that if you get rid of him, you're basically saying...
Not only that, the price, though, was so cheap. It was like something like 25,
30.
But it was
old.
30.
Yeah, because he's old.
But then PSG wouldn't pay more than 30.
He's old. He's 29, I think.
But still, for this market...
And for the player...
They need a player like that.
He wanted to go
they
to
don't
PSG.
need a player. They were putting him in there like, what's his name? Who was at Real Madrid? Lassana Diarra. They want to plug him in that Lassana Diarra role where he's never going to play unless, they have a Champions League game coming up and he can play.
Because they did just buy Leandro Paredes from Zenit St. Petersburg. They have Verratti.
Exactly.
I do agree they do need a D mid. But
Verratti's the only guy playing.
Because he was going in to be a backup.
Rabio wants to leave. He's not playing. Diarra's a bust. That was a horrible... I mean, not a horrible buy.
It's not bad. It's good cover.
But he's not fit enough. He hasn't been fit. He's not really...
Yeah.
I mean... So
all I know is Wolves play the best football. Maybe in the top 10, we're talking about from teams who are not in the top 6 here. Wolves, Watford, Everton, Bournemouth. Maybe Bournemouth plays a brand. But
Bournemouth plays... Dude, I would go Wolves.
But I think Wolves play the best football between...
You
mean
when you say best football, you mean
like
more stylish? Yeah, style. Yeah, because sometimes the best is not even the most stylish because
I'm not talking about results. I'm talking
about something like Leicester City. Like that, they can break, but they can also do. They can lock it down and then also hit the set pieces. Whatever gets to the point.
Leicester's not aesthetically pleasing, right? When you watch them, you're not like, wow, that is beautiful. When I see that from Wolves.
Wolves are
I understand what you're saying.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It'll be fun to see Wolves in Europa. Hopefully they get the 7th spot because with this brand of football reminds me, obviously not as solid, but like it's Sevilla where they show up, their style, they're gonna work hard. And they're going to play their system no matter what. And they're going to play with an S in their chest. I'd love to see them in Europa compete. They're going to obviously need more pieces and stronger players to compete at that level. But this is the type of team you want to see represented in the Europa from English teams.
And I think a lot of it comes down to players stepping up. Like Leander Den Donker, I think that is...
He comes in with
the goals.
Almost went to United.
He comes in with a goal. I mean, he, again, linked with United. He had a move.
Man.
He had a move somewhere. It didn't work out, and he ends up at Wolves. Moutinho was part of that team.
Zhao almost went to United
Jimenez
as well.
He was at Atletico. Didn't work out for him. Jota coming in doing work. I mean, he did work this game.
This is a quick touch. You really go through the
Oh, yeah.
This is a
where you at now? Where you at now? You called me out right before saying, you know that Huss. Oh. You've been talking for 10 minutes.
Fulham 0.
You could have been done with quick touches.
The mighty Eagles out. Get it done. Such a yo-yo league, dude.
Dude, now we got Mishi. Mishi Batshuayi.
So you're getting involved in the second goal?
I actually wish they went in for Balassi as well for the loan. Oh, man.
Balassi's done.
I don't know. I would have liked to see him for one game. Bring him back.
Dude.
Bring him back for one game.
Never should have left. His legs are done, I think.
Sad how it went, man. Major knee injury. Just wasn't the same player. But for Palace, they're in on the wins, man. Fulham's in big trouble here, man. Going down. It's
going to be a fire sale if they go down.
John Michael Sherry will leave. That Babel move is not working out for him.
What? Dude, Ryan Babel was electric against, was it Liverpool? Yeah.
He was balling.
It was a Spurs. I don't know the Spurs game. He was electric.
Yeah, I don't know if he's enough to save them, but this was a good sign.
Mitrovic really needs to be the hero. He had a wide open opportunity. It was a header, I believe.
Yeah.
Headed it wide. Tried to go near post. I mean, this guy could be the difference for Fulham staying up. And I like his game, but...
My guy Fosu Mensah, man. This guy not getting any time, not doing himself any favors.
He's not about it.
He's not. He was
3 years ago, like right before we went out on the loan, I was like,
Fosu Maldini.
I was excited.
He's gonna be the dude.
He had all the athletic attributes. I remember the Spurs game.
Yeah.
He came subbed off. We ended up losing 3-0.
He was on Palace last year too. Hardly got burned. I mean, it's what you do in practice, and if you're not starting, then you're not doing enough in practice, and I guess it's all really boils down to.
Yeah, but when you got Wan-Bissaka being moved from right winger and mid to right back, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing the work from Monday through Friday. Obviously, there's a lot more to that, and there's a lot of factors. Do you fit the system? Does the coach trust you? But if he was balling Monday through Friday, he'd at least get a lot of substitute time, and he's just not.
Look, man, Palace, it's all good now. Put the Batman signal out. Batman came to the rescue. It's all good, man. You got nothing to worry about for the rest of the season.
Dude, we got top 10.
Yeah, you got nothing to worry
about. Going top
now.
10.
It's only up from here.
Cardiff 2, Bournemouth 0. The Yo-Yo League. Bournemouth smacking Chelsea for 4. Out here looking like the Wolves.
Dude,
now they get
this is what
smacked by
happens.
Cardiff 2-0.
It was
They
saw
blew
the
their
same thing
load.
with Newcastle. You
Blew
beat
their
Man
load.
City, you lose to Spurs 1-0.
No, but they should have
Now-
lost to Spurs. That
Yeah.
one is a little more understandable because it's 2 top 6 in a row. This is Cardiff, bro.
I get that. No, for sure. This was emotional. All their
Yeah.
emotions
They blew their juice, bro.
were done in that
No,
game.
but this was the Cardiff game at home, their first home game since the whole Salah tragedy. Great tribute beforehand.
R.I.P. man.
You
Throughout
know,
the whole game,
half the
too,
crowd
man.
was in tears. After the match, they was chanting and singing for about 20 minutes. Neil Warnock, tears in his eyes. Very emotional. I mean, I love Neil Warnock, man. If you listen to his post-match,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm just so proud of the club. Praise the club, praise the board.
Yeah.
It's much more than just football. You know, it's a whole town
Agreed.
that is behind this club. And promotion, I mean, not promotion, but safety is, you know, the economic value is just, you know, it's hard to even comprehend.
This dude Bobby
Yeah, this
Reed
was-
was clinical for him, man.
This was a valuable 3 points here, man.
And Reed
Kept
with a
him
couple
alive.
nice finishes, too.
Yeah.
But you could see the worth of Brooks and Wilson for Bournemouth when they're out. I mean, Eddie Howe even came out after the game and said, "Look, we had no teeth on the attack."
Solanke sucks.
So okay, so
Tough
bringing up
boy.
about him right there,
Yeah,
I wonder if he's going to be a bust for like senior teams in the EPL. Look, he was great for the international level for youth. He won basically play of the tournament, I think, for the U20 World Cup or something. And he has all the promise, but is it one of those things that's going to phase out, or
All
do we
what?
just have to remember, or fizzle out, but do we just have to remember he's 21 years old?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, he's lost that, that potential track when like people are looking at him saying, "Okay, this guy's next up." But yeah, he could bounce back.
But
if he
Abraham was the
cleans it
same
up.
way.
Tammy, yeah.
They were like, "Oh, this is the next guy." Oh, wait,
Then he went to
Yeah,
Chelsea.
but
now
and then he got
Solanke's
playing
the
time.
next guy.
Yeah,
like,
but
it
then again,
happens.
it's playing time, and again, it's his first year on Bournemouth,
Yeah.
right? So
He's still got time.
give him a little bit of time.
He
Let's
did
see how
lose
he
a little
does.
bit of
I'm
luster
sure this is
though,
his first start for the club.
for sure. And
And it was a major
Didn't
one
take
started for
advantage.
Callum Wilson, man.
Yeah.
So and you expect them to get a result. So rough game for Bournemouth, no doubt.
Burnley won, Southampton won. Huss and Hurtel,
Is it
Southampton
Hurtel?
manager. Looks like he's gonna save him, man. Looks like Southampton are gonna be saved. Still,
Good.
Still getting at the refs.
Still 2 points off the relegation zone, so lots of work to be done. But man, they look good since he's come in.
So is Nathan Redmond. Looks like a man rejuvenated.
Looks back, yeah.
Dude, Nathan
He
Redmond.
Just got off the phone with Pep again, probably.
That's right. Wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, Burnley.
Dude,
get
Ashley
themselves
Barnes
a result.
robbed of a PK in this game. No doubt Burnley should have won this game, man. He touches the ball around the keeper. It was kind of awkward because the keeper's feet, usually we're used to the keeper's hands fouling the player. The keeper's feet take out Barnes. He was the same guy in the Arsenal game who I could not stand. But, you got to respect his fire and his
He's
passion.
a beast, man. He's a physical presence.
Got a yellow card.
Yeah.
Probably should have gotten a second yellow card for going at the lino. But, look, man, he got robbed of a PK, so I understand.
For sure, man. And speaking of that, we forgot to bring it up in Palace, Zaha getting his red card for sarcastically applauding the ref. And I think this was one of the games that was brought up as an example about, Barnes losing his cool.
Yeah,
Should have been double
He's a
yellow
madman.
to be sent off. But it's
I like that the ref didn't send him off because he got robbed. He had every right to feel and react how he reacted.
So how do you feel about Zaha getting sent off?
I don't think he should have got sent off too. It was look, man, this is
What
we're
I'm saying
talking
is they
about high
both,
stakes, mate.
and I'm saying they
It was a
both
double
in
standard.
the book say both dissent you can get a yellow
This-
and applauding you can
And
get
this
a
is why
yellow.
in
yeah.
football there'll always be a gray area. It will never be
Yeah.
black and white. It depends on who the ref is.
Well,
that
Zaha-
ref understood his frustration, sat back and let it go.
Well,
Treated him
Zaha,
like an adult.
Zaha's the situation that Tiki always brings up about being a winger, always being taken out, because wasn't Zaha close,
frustrating.
if not off the field when he gets side tackled?
Yeah, he doesn't get protected enough. I
Well,
think.
that's the point where he was
Zaha.
so close to the end line, if not maybe not the end line, the sideline, if not off the field when he got hit. It's like
Yeah.
I
But-
can
but
see
because
why
he
he got
plays for-
aggravated,
yeah.
but then again, as much as you're mad, you gotta reel it back a little bit, knowing that hey, without me, this team probably is not going to win.
I get that, man, but it's not even like he's swearing at the ref. It's a sarcastic. Yeah, it's an asshole.
Sometimes that's
move.
worse.
But yeah, look, man.
Sometimes
again,
refs
it's a gray
like the
area.
swearing more than that.
It's the gray area, man.
Yeah.
And because he plays for Palace and he's not at one of these big clubs, the
And
leash
you-
is going to be shorter.
But you also
Yeah.
don't know what the ref said to him. He could like in that first meeting when they talked like enough, like don't say another word, don't say another word,
Most
and then
likely.
maybe he was like trying to do the sarcastic clap and trying to get away with it. He's like, all right, well, guess what, you're out of
No,
here.
man,
anyways.
it was because he felt like the other guy. He felt robbed.
Yeah.
That's why he applauded. Like he straight up felt robbed. He's like, dude, I'm always
Doing a
getting
great
bodied.
job, ref.
Yeah,
Well done.
exactly. It's like I got bodied all game, and like you want to give me the yellow, but Yeah, the ref was right to give him a yellow, unfortunately. So, yeah, that wraps up. Oh, no, Brighton, 0, Watford 0.
Snooze fest.
Sleepy
Troy
game,
Deeney, where
yeah.
you at?
Sleepy game.
Who's got no cojones now? Won't forget that shit, bitch.
Damn, bro.
Talking shit. I'm gonna tell Dean you've been talking about him.
Tell him about him, bro.
I'm gonna give him your address here.
Tell him
Tell him
about it.
about him.
I'm gonna pay. I'm
Let
gonna pay
him
his ticket.
know.
I'm gonna pay his ticket over here.
It's all good. I got Bama Bang and Lacazette backing me up. It's all
You think
good.
they're going to get in a scrap in Quincy, Massachusetts?
Yeah, 2v1.
They're going to fly
Two
over.
of you and you see any?
I think
Aubameyang-
Aubameyang might. Lacazette, I'm not sure about. He's French.
I don't know, man. Lacazette.
Maybe
He's throwing bodies out there.
he's bringing baguettes. Is he bringing baguettes to this fight?
Yeah,
Mercy.
was too.
Like the
All of them
5-day-old.
hard.
The 5-day-old. It's like a
Hard as
baton. Also French name.
Yeah, that wraps it up for Premier
Before
League
we
Match
close
Day
it-
25.
Shout out to Foster, by the way, in this game.
Before, the penis formation, huh?
Any other footy news?
I have my list. I remember 2 weeks ago, Tom called me out. Who I would rather have instead of Lukaku.
Took
I gotta-
2 weeks. All right.
I mean, when did we record? That was the last time we recorded, dog.
I know.
All right, I got my list. It's not 10 players. But I got a list of guys that I would take over Lukaku. To be that big, and I want to preface before I get
Now,
into this.
also, I want to preface if you're listening. This is a mental list, apparently, because I don't see anything in front of you. So he could be
gonna make
making
it up
stuff
on the
on
spot.
He's just
Call him out,
he's been
Call him out,
he's been
Al.
dreaming about
He's
this.
the
for
dude that
weeks.
went to school, had that presentation. He's like, oh, yeah, no, I got my notes right here. And just read off like a blank piece of paper.
That was me. I got my degree, so that's all that matters. So I want to preface, this isn't realistic signings. These aren't players that, like... I
Nah,
think
man.
would
That's
ever-
the whole
This is not
point.
realistic.
Obviously, we'd take fucking...
When we were talking about it on the
No,
show 2
dude.
weeks ago, he said, who
Go
would
ahead,
you...
go ahead.
Hey, yeah, let's
Go
see,
ahead,
let's
stop
see what it
qualifying
is.
your
All right.
bullshit.
So
Let's
how
just
we
hear
have
your
10?
bullshit.
We're going to say fucking... Bapi.
Kane.
No.
Pele.
You're going to say Griezmann, bro? Harry Kane?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
This
Zach.
is
This gonna be
bullshit.
a
Number
bum
one,
list.
my number one option...
Harry Kane.
No,
Yeah, I thought I was going to
I
say
didn't even say it yet. Hold on. Before all of you start going...
That's number two. That's number two.
Before you all
What a
start
shit
going...
list. This
Oh,
is
wait,
my
hey.
dream
Hey, hold
number
on,
9.
hold on,
I want
Snacks.
to keep it in
Oh,
reality.
wait. Before everyone listening, all right.
shit.
So Snacks, what is this list about?
Yeah.
So,
Bring it back.
2 weeks ago, if you had listened to the show, I said Lukaku is not the guy I want rotating with Rashford. He had when he came on today, by the way, I thought he did perfectly, stretch the defense out.
Yeah.
But his lack of techers, his lack of a touch.
No, he has no
Killed us.
attackers.
Moving on.
Killed us.
Undoubtable.
So, this is a list of players that Tom challenged me on. He said, who would you rather have playing that rotating with Rashford, playing that beta role? Number one, Mario Mandzukic can play the beta role.
Old man
That's
Zook.
number one.
Old man Zook.
You don't
Oh
need
my
a guy to
God.
come in and score 30 goals. You need a guy to just back up Rashford the way
You
the
need a
Tom-
guy to
That's what
score
Lukaku will
20
do.
plus and try and push
Right
him.
now, exactly, man. You know... Okay.
Go ahead.
Number two.
Chino Immobile from Lazio.
Not gonna get him.
Wait,
Not coming in
wait,
for
he's
backup.
gonna
That's what I'm
back
saying. That's what I'm
up.
saying.
He's gonna
He's
back
not
up
Not coming
Rashford.
for backup.
What?
He's gonna
He's a
take
starter.
time from. He's gonna take time away from
Immobile's a starter,
Rashford.
by the way. The
Yeah.
kind of form he's in, one of the
He's
best
gonna-
finishers in Europe.
He's gonna
This
take
is
time from
based
Rashford. So
purely on the-
Rashford on the bench.
All right, hey, that's
So
number
he's
two.
not-
Hey, number three.
So go
Number
ahead.
three.
This is based purely on the last game I saw. Duvan Zapata at Atalanta. Legend.
Of how many games you've
The
served?
one game I saw. He scored
one
twice
game.
against
My
Juve,
God.
bro.
You know
YouTube
who
highlights.
Too, Machado looked like a fucking superhero too when he scored that churl on his debut.
Aston Villa.
Nothing fucking
Snacks,
happened.
you were too
Can't
honest
watch
anyways.
one game and be like, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Dude, I gave you
That's
2
lack of
weeks.
punditry, bro.
Number
That's
four.
lack of-
2 weeks.
Number four.
No,
Lack of
next
punditry.
next time.
Marco?
Next time someone says, "Hey, how many games you've seen?" Say more than one. Just
Give
lie.
us some
Just
bullshit.
lie.
7.
Just
Hey,
make.
listen,
I watched like 15
Snacks,
over the last
I'm
couple
going to
weeks.
cut you at 5 because this list is so bogus.
This
I'm
is actually
cutting
the
you at
last-
5.
This is the last one.
You only have 4?
Was it Jesus
Only one I
Christ?
got.
2 weeks you've been sitting on
Bailing.
this.
He's bailing on number 5. He's bailing on the bit.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Paco Alcácer from Dortmund.
Alcácer,
That's
yeah.
the
Al-
only dude
Yeah, he's nice.
who
Yeah, he
might
is nice.
be able to back
Oh, actually, I
him
got
up.
a number 5 off the top of my head. Rodrigo from Valencia. Let me get that.
I don't know if he's
Too
coming in.
early.
He's not coming in
Too
for
early for
backup
Rodrigo.
though.
He's better than
He-
Lukaku.
Exactly.
Well,
He's a
bro.
better finisher.
But-
He's a better proven finisher than Lukaku.
Bro,
It's too early.
I'm
It's
just
too
saying,
early
in
for
general.
Rodrigo.
He would
It's
not
too early.
leave Valencia for
He's
United to
26,
back
bro. It's
up.
not early.
That's
No,
how much
it's
Snacks
for his
hates
form.
Lukaku,
It's early.
bro.
We don't know if he's about this life.
That's how much
He's
you hate
blooming
Lukaku.
late. Yeah, no, it's
Look at that
guys
front
who
line
might
that
not make
Valencia
it
has.
in
He's
the
not.
Dude,
He's not leaving
Giovanni
those guys.
Simeone from Fiorentina. I want that guy.
The fact you had Mario
Too early, bro.
Mandzukic.
Lautaro Martinez from Inter.
By the way,
I want that
you
guy.
look at their goal totals and like minutes played versus Lukaku. He blows them out of the water, bro. Even like statistically, Lukaku blows these dudes.
What?
Pause.
What?
No, we're just
What?
No towels on the knees.
Lukaku, what do you got to say about that?
Before we
That's
wrap
why
up,
I said it's a dream list. That's what I want. I
get outta
want
here.
Rashford to get
this is not a La La Land
75
show.
or more percent of the
He put
minutes.
this through the FIFA machine to see if it worked on it. He
If we're at a
created
bar,
career.
the
Not
next
like you telling me every player that you haven't
snacks.
said
If
it.
we were at a bar, the next round would have been on you, bro.
Yeah.
That list was bunk.
Bro, I gave you 2 weeks.
Come on, dude.
2 more
All right,
weeks.
No.
real quick, I wanted to touch on the Bundesliga before we get out of here. Leverkusen beating Bayern 3-1, man. Bayern has fallen
Ian
apart
Bailey
for their manager.
from range. From
Free
Jimmer
kick.
range.
Free kicks, man. Yo, that dude's gonna get fired at Bayern.
Yeah,
With
it's
Kovac.
about that time, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's not looking good for Bayern Munich, and they're playing against Liverpool. Lucky Huss over here got a draw against Liverpool. So
Hey,
So, yo, what
hey,
would
Natovic
you-
is not. Bash Brothers not there. Which I would have loved to see Bash Brothers on the same field. Are you talking about West Ham? I thought you were talking about West Ham. I thought.
Bayern
Oh, my
are
fault.
you in the room?
I thought you're okay. I thought we were talking about West
I mean,
Ham
we're
and
in-
Liverpool.
we're in
coming up.
Germany, bro.
My fault. My fault.
This
I was spacing out. I was spacing out.
Where were you?
Oh, Bash Brothers? Bash Brothers? Scared?
traveled,
West, or not Twitch? I was talking about West Ham and Liverpool and money. That's what I thought we were talking about.
How do we jump to Liverpool, bro?
I was so fixated. Fucking West Ham.
Hey, but hey,
Next round's on Huss, dude. Holy shit.
Huss does make a good point though. Monday night we got EPL action. Liverpool
Yeah, for
do
sure.
play West Ham.
West Ham are going to
He
win.
just elbowed his way into that, man.
West Ham winning 2-0.
No, Shaqiri.
Yeah,
I
what's your
just
prediction?
biceps my way in.
What's your prediction on that one?
West Ham are going to win 2-0. Arnautovic with 2 goals.
West Ham away, yeah,
Yeah, they're Liverpool are away.
yeah.
3-0.
Damn, you have
Liverpool.
No respect. No respect.
Clean
And
sheets.
that's-
No,
With
West Ham
Jordan,
is
with
garbage.
Jordan Henderson playing right back, give me a fucking
Yeah,
break,
Nah,
bro.
man. West Ham is garbage. Absolute garbage.
Felipe
They're-
Anderson might
No
score,
Pipe,
but
bro.
that's it.
Dude,
No love for Pipe.
look, I love Pipe. Look at the fucking team. The team is trash, dude. On paper,
I think
great.
Pellegrini
They're
has
least-
resurrected them a little.
Dude, Pellegrini's
Not
got them
all the
playing.
way.
They're
They
less-
beat Arsenal.
They beat Arsenal.
Dude. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
Convincingly.
And they
Losing
blanked
to.
us too. They blanked us.
But
We
who are
played
they
like
losing?
shit. We were flat, no doubt. But West Ham's no longer trash. But
I-
Liverpool will handle them.
No,
I think Liverpool's gonna
they're
handle
no
them.
longer trash, but they have so many injuries that they're going too deep on a couple of those positions.
Liverpool will handle them. I agree with that, man. Look, man. Transfer news. I mean, obviously deadline day was a couple days ago. So
Peter Crouch.
just going over a couple of signs. You guys just go and throw out nuggets if you want.
Kevin Prince Boateng, the signing of the season, the Barcelona. Come on. I would take him over Lukaku.
He has done nothing for Barcelona
He's
since,
played 1 game.
He
and
was
did
sorry.
bad, and did
Sorry.
bad,
Word.
and
Sick.
didn't do well.
He won't do anything with Barcelona. Peter Crouch back in the fucking EPL, looking to set records.
I'm
score-
surprised that it-
I'm talking.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't say something the moment it happened, though.
I did. I texted the group.
No, that was like a day later, 2 days later.
Well, sorry, man. I don't live in the interweb.
right,
Okay.
but-
Anyway,
Wait,
no, I thought.
shut up.
I thought Crouch called you up personally.
Shut up. No, he just reached across from the pond. Just put his head over the ocean.
They,
Anyway,
they put the Batman signal up. It wasn't the
Come on,
Bashwire
man.
Crouch.
Quick touch. Let's get this out.
Oh, now I say one thing. It's
one thing.
That's one too many.
If Peter Crouch he transferred to Burnley, if he scores for Burnley, he'll make history as the only player to score for 7 different EPL teams.
Come on, Crouch.
This guy's a legend.
Come on, Crouch.
Keep going.
such a legend. He can't stay on one team for a while.
He was on Liverpool, so
I know. And
He's
then
your
he
best ever
wasn't.
player. You're the best ever player.
No, you're the best ever player for Liverpool.
that doesn't.
Well, I'm going to hold
no
that.
sense.
Crickets.
I'm going to hold
Yo,
that.
real
Crickets.
quick. Sporting Benfica. Massive rivalry here. All the Portuguese people in Massachusetts listening to us. Sporting loses 2-4. Benfica smacked them up away in front of their fans.
Look, Benfica is
Dude, they're-
probably the
they're
realest
producing.
Portuguese team out there.
They're producing and Sporting, by the way, over the summer, if you didn't hear, or I think it was right before the summer.
They had a bunch of players cancel their contract. Like
one of
Gelson
their-
Mertens.
Allegedly, one of their sporting executives, ordered 50 ultras to go to the training ground and beat up the players. And dude caught
That's
lumps.
wild.
It's crazy, bro.
That's
That's why I
wild,
say it's
son.
alleged. It's alleged.
Where's
Bro,
CR7?
those
Where's
kind of
CR7
freaking-
where you need him? Bring back Ronaldo. Let him
CR7 would
restore
have
some
caught
order.
lumps, bro. He would have caught lumps.
Nah, never that, man. Not the kid from Lisbon.
Barcelona, Valencia. You reminded me when you brought up Rodrigo. In that match was one of the hardest head-to-head collisions I've seen probably this year so far. You got Kevin Gamero
Piqué.
and, well, if you're Tiki, it's Pick. But
Pick.
Piqué.
PK was
bleeding from the top of his head,
the whole game.
Yeah, and then Gamero had that big old egg right by his eyeball, and then finally Gamero went down. He just took a seat on the ground.
Concussed.
I think it was probably within 5 minutes after.
No way they weren't concussed.
He threw up. Did
he throw
That's
up?
a classic.
No, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't know. I don't think he threw up, but you could just see it because that one siding when the trainers started working on it, I was like, whatever, you got hit. Then you see that angle from the side, where it's just a big old bump.
Yeah,
Nah, you got smashed up.
The hematoma.
Yeah, you got the business.
Yes.
Natuma.
All right, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, well done, Monaco, getting your first dub after letting Tiki
Cesc Fabregas.
Bye, Fellaini. See you later, Fellaini.
Dude, how crazy is that? They rehired Leonardo Jardim.
Business is
they
that,
fired
dude?
him, and then they rehired him. Like, you know what?
They sent him
I'm
on
back.
a vacation, bro.
Tiki and Tom. I guess you guys. I don't know if you guys read up on Henry at all during his time there. I guess some of the players you did.
No, I haven't.
Some of the players were critical of his style of coaching. He did well with Belgium as the number 2 with Roberto Martinez.
Yeah.
But I guess they were saying that Henry thought he was still a player. He was walking around like he was still cock of the walk, still I'm the man.
That's the hardest part.
But it's dude, you haven't been playing for 5-6 years now. Look, you need to make the adjustment and be more respectable. I guess he was trying to take the piss, trying to be jokey.
Maybe he was trying to be a more
but then he was being a dick. With one of the younger players didn't push his chair in at a press conference, so he stared him down, made him come back and tuck his chair in.
That's the hard part about being a forward, man, and converting into coaching. Obviously, he's one of the best forwards of all time, but there's a reason why defenders and midfielders end up making good managers. It's a different mentality, motivating. They literally are like salespeople. You get the goals, that's your sale. When you're managing a team, it's not enough to be I got the most sales in history. You have to be able to show the team how to get those
instinctual.
sales.
It's so much harder when you're that talented of a player. That's why Zidane is a unicorn. Because at one point,
he really is.
Dude, at one point in time, he was regarded as the best player at one time. So I believe Henry, maybe not the best, but he was definitely in the top 5, right?
Easy, hands down.
And as a forward, like you're saying, it's harder to show them how to do what you did than you know what I mean.
Dude, I'll never forget that flick
difficult.
against fucking Barthez when he flicked it over. He chipped it to himself and then hit it over.
It's brilliance.
You can't teach
individual
that.
Genius.
You can't teach
that.
It's exactly. Too much.
Maradona's tried to coach teams.
Exactly. So he might make a good number 2 for now and really learn and hone his craft, and then the next job he gets, he'll learn from it. Or he might never.
But dude, why is Monaco almost getting relegated, and you're going to sign a guy with no track record for a head coach?
He's French, and you're hoping that.
I know he was a youth product. I know he's a youth product, but dude, you can't get sentimental.
It's a social.
Dude, but that's why you won games,
right? But the players didn't want him to leave. The players didn't want him. They didn't want him to get fired.
But dude, there were relegation zones, so that was a club thing. Sure, the players liked him, but you motherfuckers aren't playing for this dude. Yeah, no, it's weird business, bro. I'm surprised they didn't go for someone else, but it's fucking weird.
Yeah, one last thing.
Oh man, we're getting after this.
Neymar, dude, he re-broke the foot that he got surgery on.
Not getting surgery. They're saying he's out 10 weeks.
So yeah, it looks like he's going to be
out.
out.
The club wants him to get surgery.
Man United going up against PSG Champions League.
Huge.
That's good. Play Neymar is going to be half the player. I mean, maybe 3/4. He's still going to be nasty.
Dude, 3/4 he's still top 5.
I know he's still going to be nasty, but I mean, he's not going to be the same player. Just fucking Phil Jones, step on his fucking foot,
get it,
smash his fucking
toes.
Phil
Jones, Smalling in the back. Lead us through PSG.
Well, I don't know what that. But did anyone bring up the Leicester and Monaco transfer
quickly?
So Telemans goes to Leicester, and then Silva goes from Leicester to Monaco, and not only that, but that was the whole thing with Leicester with Silva, where they couldn't get that transfer done. It was a whole deadline day controversy. Then finally comes, and nothing came of it. So out the door he goes.
Cool, also, one more thing before we go. Marwan Fellaini, departing Manchester United, departing Old Trafford. Listen. I've been a massive...
He got a haircut, so they had to get rid of him.
I've been a massive hater of this guy for so long. I despise this guy at one point.
I don't know why he makes so personal.
You know what it was, honestly? At the time that we had bought him, he was bought for
Boughton. That college degree is really doing going well, huh?
Destroyed.
Boom goes the dynamite. Oh, man.